Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
Today we're bringing you an upper intermediate lesson and something that we all do.
Right. Talking to ourselves.
Talking to ourselves, right?
Yeah.
I think everyone does it. You think to yourself or you talk to yourself.
Yep.
And we're going to be doing that today, but we're going to be looking at some specific vocabulary. Erica, why don't you tell us about that?
Well, unfortunately, we're going to be following a guy as he's in a really embarrassing situation, and we're going to hear him call himself some bad names in his mind.
So he's a little bit nervous and he thinks he is not very smart, right?
That's right.
Okay, so before we start with this dialogue, there are a couple of words that we should look at in vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
All right, we're going to hear both of these words in the dialogue, and the first one is famished.
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 Okay, so famished is an adjective.
That's right, meaning very, very, very hungry.
Very, very hungry. Okay, so just very hungry, very easy.
Yes.
Famished.
Now, what about our next one? Sexist.
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 Another adjective to describe a person, right?
Right. Or a thing, I guess. Like, yeah, an idea.
Okay, so a sexist person would be...
Somebody who judges people by their sex.
Okay.
So, like, all women are stupid, for example.
Which is not true, of course.
No, of course not.
Right? So sexist works both ways.
Yes.
A woman can be sexist, a man could be sexist.
Exactly. Meaning the woman thinks all men are stupid.
Which is also not true.
Yes. Let's just be clear about that.
All right. So now that we've taken a look at these two phrases, let's start with our dialogue, and we'll be back to talk about all the great words.
Miss, your salad.
Looks good. I'm positively famished.
And for you, sir. Thank you. Enjoy.
Thank you.
I can't believe she's on a date with me. I'm so lucky. I must be the luckiest guy in the world. I want to scream at the top of my lungs. I'm the luckiest dude in the world. Oh, shut up. Don't be such a dumbass. She's so hot. Wait, I can't say that. That's sexist. She's so hot, she's making me sexist. Oh my god. I'm such a tool. Okay, get it together. Oh, she's eating salad. Oh, right. I have a salad. Oh, crap. Which fork do I use? Damn it. She's gonna think I'm a moron. What the hell are all these forks for? Which one did she use? Okay, chill. Be cool. Be cool. Just take a fork. Eat your salad.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
You're eating my salad.
Oh, yes. It's delicious.
Okay, embarrassing first date, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I really do feel sorry for this guy.
Well, it happens to us sometimes. We are in the company of a very beautiful girl and we just get really nervous.
All right. Well, psychologists call this negative self-talk.
Really?
Yeah, this sort of calling yourself names and talking negatively about yourself. But actually, you can use some of this language to talk negatively about
Others.
Yeah. So why don't we look now at this language in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
So on Language Takeaway today, we have 5 words. Let's start with our first one.
Dumbass.
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 Okay. Now, this isn't a very polite word, I would
Definitely
say.
not polite.
Okay. But what is a dumbass?
Well, it's obviously a dumb, stupid idiot.
Okay, so it's a person that is not very intelligent.
And our next word is also quite similar.
Moron.
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 A moron.
If a person is a dumbass or a person is a moron, what's the difference?
Well, basically, a moron is someone who is not smart, who is very unintelligent.
Okay.
Okay, so they don't know what 1 + 1 is.
Okay.
All right? But a dumbass is a person who does stupid things.
Okay.
So maybe a dumbass, like you're planning a bank robbery and the dumbass forgets to bring the gun.
Okay, that is a dumbass. All
Yeah.
right. So maybe moron is a little bit less offensive, and it's
Yeah.
actually, you'll find it in the dictionary, right?
Yeah.
Whereas a dumbass, I don't think you'll find it.
Yeah, it's slang.
It's slang, exactly.
Now, what about this next? It's also a negative name you can call people. a tool.
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 This is very strange because I don't know how a tool can be something negative
Yeah.
towards a person.
Yeah.
But it actually means the opposite, right? If a person is called a tool, it means they are
Useless.
useless, right?
Yeah.
So if you ever called a tool, they're saying that you're useless. You're good for nothing.
All right, well, these are 3 interesting words. So why don't we hear some examples of each of these words in use?
Example 1.
I hate Tom. He's such a dumbass. Last week he borrowed my mobile phone and dropped it in the pool.
Example 2.
I don't like Kevin very much. He can be a real moron at times.
Example 3.
He was looking for a job, but he didn't even have a resume prepared. He's such a tool.
Okay, so great examples, and here at English Pod, we're bringing you real street talk.
Exactly. Language as it is spoken by today's youth.
Okay, now let's take a look at our last 2 words.
All right, well, these phrases you can use when you're trying to calm yourself down and make yourself relax a little bit, right?
Right. Let's take a look at the next one. Chill.
Chill.
Okay, chill.
Chill.
So again, relax.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Yeah.
You need to chill.
Yes. And then you also need to be cool.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Now, if you can tell, the pattern is related to temperature, right? Chill is cold, cool is similar to cold.
Yep.
So again, that's what it means, to relax.
To calm down your emotions.
Right.
Make your emotions not so hot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so chill, be cool.
Exactly. And you use them together like that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, chill also has another way of using it, right?
Exactly.
You can say, I'm chilling with my friends.
Yeah, we're chilling here in the English Pod studio.
Which means we're just relaxing.
Yes.
We are just having fun.
Yep.
Not doing anything, right?
Exactly. But you can't say chilling. You have to drop the G.
Yeah, you have to try. Right. You can't say I'm chilling.
Yeah.
You have to say I'm chilling.
I'm chilling.
Okay, so that's all for language takeaway. But now let's take a look at some of the really useful phrases that we saw in this dialogue in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Okay, so this guy is so happy he's on this date that he wants to scream at the top of his lungs.
Scream at the top of my lungs.
Scream at the top of my lungs.
So basically, he just wants to, scream.
To shout really loudly.
Really loudly.
Yeah.
He's so excited, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so for example, sometimes you're at a concert, right?
Yep.
And you need to talk to your friend and you're screaming at the top of your lungs because the other person can't hear you.
Exactly. Or maybe you're lost in the woods and you need to scream at the top of your lungs so that someone will hear you and find you.
All right, very good. Okay, so scream at the top of my lungs. Mm-hmm. Our next phrase.
Get it together.
Get it together.
Get it together.
So if I tell you, Erica, you need to get it together.
Basically, you're telling me to calm down, relax.
So pull your emotions together,
Yeah.
get your ideas straight.
Right. So it kind of gives you this idea that you got to pull, like you said, pull your emotions together in a little box and tie them up.
All right, so get it together.
Yep. So, Marco, when would you use this phrase, get it together?
I guess when somebody is either very emotional, maybe crying or
Yeah.
very nervous,
Yeah.
you tell the person, oh, get it together,
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
Or when somebody maybe is not doing something good in their life,
Yeah.
like making bad decisions
Yeah.
or not being responsible, you tell that person, you need to get it together,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay, so now why don't we move on to our next phrase? And this is really, really high frequency. I think
Yep.
you would hear it all the time.
All right. So, what the hell?
What the hell?
What the hell?
So why would you say what the hell?
Well, obviously you're asking a question, right? Because you
Right.
got your W, you got your what. But when you say the hell, you're putting emphasis on the what.
So you're asking a really strong question.
Right, but it's not polite.
It's not polite.
Yep.
Okay. So if I say, what the hell is going on? What's happening?
Really, really what's happening.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and we can change it a little bit. We can replace the what with another WH, like
Yeah.
why,
How,
how,
where.
where, or when.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why don't we hear some examples of how this expression is used using different WH words?
Example 1.
Where the hell are you? I've been waiting for hours.
Example 2.
hell did you do that? That was amazing!
Example 3.
When the hell are you going to find a job? I'm tired of paying for everything.
Example 4.
Who the hell are you? I don't know you.
All right, now our final word, also a little bit strong, but pretty high frequency.
Oh, yeah, very high frequency.
Oh, crap.
Oh, crap.
Oh, crap.
So it's a little bit strong, but less strong than maybe saying a really bad word, right?
Yes.
But it's definitely saying, like, you made a mistake, right?
Yeah, it's like a really strong oh no.
Oh no, exactly. A really strong oh no.
Yeah.
But I guess not many people say, oh no, you know?
Yeah. Oh no, I just lost $10 million.
Exactly, right? You would not say that.
Yeah.
So it's a very strong oh no, but it's not as strong as it could be.
There are other words out there that are stronger, but we are not going to go into them here.
But maybe you guys know, so let us know.
Yes.
We can definitely keep an eye out on the comment section.
But don't write the words in the comment section.
Okay, so we saw some really great phrases, some really great words, a lot of informal language, but it's very high frequency and you'll use that with your friends or you'll see it in movies, TV shows.
Yeah, really common in movies and TV shows.
Exactly. So let's listen to this dialogue one more time and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Miss, your salad.
Looks good. I'm positively famished.
And for you, sir.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank
you. I can't believe she's on a date with me. I'm so lucky. I must be the luckiest guy in the world. I want to scream at the top of my lungs. I'm the luckiest dude in the world. Oh, shut up. Don't be such a dumbass. She's so hot. Wait, I can't say that. That's sexist. She's so hot, she's making me sexist. Oh my god. I'm such a tool. Okay, get it together. Oh, she's eating salad. Oh, right. I have a salad. Oh, crap. Which fork do I use? Damn it. She's gonna think I'm a moron. What the hell are all these forks for? Which one did she use? Okay, chill. Be cool. Be cool. Just take a fork. Eat your salad.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
You're eating my salad.
Oh, yes. It's delicious.
So these slang words, they're actually very common, right?
Yeah, I think like you said, it's not likely that you'll find them in a dictionary.
Of course. And you can find them in movies or sometimes when you're having a conversation, a very informal conversation with a native speaker,
Yep.
these words will slip out and these slang terms will come up.
Exactly. And you know what? There's a great resource out there for wonderful English slang terms called urbandictionary.com.
Exactly. If you ever see a word that maybe you can't find in the conventional dictionary, you're probably going to find it there.
Yeah, we'll put a link up to it on the site.
All right.
Talking to yourself. Talking to yourself is something many people do, even if they do not realize it. Some people talk to themselves out loud, while others have silent conversations in their minds. It is a natural and common habit that can help with thinking, problem solving, and emotional control. While some people may think that talking to yourself is strange, it actually has many benefits. It can help improve focus, reduce stress, and make decision-making easier. Why do people talk to themselves? There are many reasons why people talk to themselves. Sometimes, they do it to organize their thoughts. When people are thinking about something important, they might say their thoughts out loud to understand them better. Others talk to themselves when they are alone, because it makes them feel less lonely. Some people talk to themselves when they are learning something new because it helps them remember information. Athletes, musicians, and students often talk to themselves to stay motivated and focused. The benefits of talking to yourself. Talking to yourself can be very helpful in everyday life. One of the biggest benefits is better focus. When people say things out loud, they pay more attention to what they are doing. For example, if someone is looking for their keys and says, "Where did I put my keys?" they might find them faster. Another benefit is stress relief. When people talk to themselves in a positive way, they can feel calmer and more confident. Saying things like "I can do this" or "everything will be okay" can help reduce anxiety. Talking to yourself also helps with problem solving. When faced with a difficult decision, saying the options out loud can make it easier to choose the best one. It allows the brain to process information more clearly. Talking to yourself while learning. Many students and teachers believe that talking to yourself can improve learning. When people repeat information out loud, they remember it better. This is why reading aloud, practicing speeches, or explaining something to oneself can be effective study techniques. Language learners often talk to themselves to practice pronunciation and sentence structure. For example, someone learning English might say, "Today, I will go to the store and buy some food," to practice speaking naturally. This helps build confidence and fluency. Self-talk in sports and motivation. Many athletes use self-talk to stay motivated and improve their performance. Before a big game or competition, they might say, "I am strong. I am ready. I will win." This kind of self-talk increases confidence and helps athletes stay focused under pressure. In addition, positive self-talk can help people overcome challenges. When someone feels nervous before a test, they might say, "I studied hard, and I know the answers." This can make them feel more prepared and less anxious. Negative V's. Positive self-talk. Not all self-talk is helpful. Negative self-talk can make people feel bad about themselves. If someone constantly says, "I am not good enough," or "I always fail," it can lower their confidence. This type of self-talk can lead to stress and unhappiness. Positive self-talk, on the other hand, can improve mood and motivation. Saying things like "I can do this" or "I will try my best" can make a big difference. Changing negative thoughts into positive ones can improve mental health and self-esteem. Talking to yourself in everyday life. Many people talk to themselves while doing daily tasks. Some people talk to themselves when making a shopping list, saying, "Do I need milk? Yes, I do." Others talk to themselves while cooking, thinking out loud about ingredients and steps. People also talk to themselves when preparing for important events. Before a job interview, someone might practice answering questions out loud. Before giving a speech, a speaker might rehearse their words to sound more confident. Does talking to yourself mean you are crazy? Some people believe that talking to yourself is a sign of mental illness, but this is not true. Most people talk to themselves at some point, and it is a normal part of thinking. However, if someone hears voices that they cannot control or has conversations with people who are not there, it could be a sign of a mental health condition, and they may need to see a doctor. For most people, talking to themselves is completely normal and even beneficial. It is a way to process thoughts, reduce stress, and improve focus. How to use self-talk effectively. If someone wants to use self-talk in a helpful way, they should focus on being positive and encouraging. Instead of saying, "I will fail this test," they can say, "I have studied, and I will try my best." Another way to use self-talk effectively is to ask questions. For example, what is the best way to solve this problem? Can help with decision-making? Talking to oneself in a calm and clear voice can make thinking easier and more organized. Conclusion. Talking to yourself is a normal and helpful habit. It can improve focus, reduce stress, and help with problem solving. Many successful people, including athletes, students, and professionals, use self-talk to stay motivated and confident. The key is to use positive self-talk and avoid negative thoughts. By talking to yourself in a supportive and encouraging way, you can improve your thinking, learning, and overall well-being.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
A dish made of raw vegetables.
Salad.
Truly.
Positively.
Very hungry.
Famished.
To be as loud as possible.
At the top of one's lungs.
An impolite way of calling someone foolish.
Dumbass.
Sexy to the greatest degree.
Sexy.
Someone who is stupid or useless.
Tool.
Control your emotions.
Get it together.
An impolite way of saying something is foolish.
Crap.
Someone who is very stupid.
Moron.
Calm down, relax.
Chill.
The belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities.
Feminism.
A romantic outing with someone that you have not met before.
Blind date.
A person who is very clumsy or awkward.
Spaz.
The way people see or perceive you the first time you meet.
First impression.
To miss an opportunity or chance.
Blow it. Let's try that faster.
An impolite way of calling someone foolish.
Dumbass.
Calm down, relax.
Chill.
Very hungry.
Famished.
Someone who is stupid or useless.